Hello Battlefield fans, Wild here, and today another nasty video, another nasty gameplay here. You know what, with the LMGs, because LMGs are nasty weapons. LMGs are, are some of those guns that people neglect to use. People see LMGs like, I don't want to use LMGs, I'd rather snipe. Or I'd rather use something else, But LMGs have so much power, and you have this crazy advantage over the enemy that is not even funny. I mean, it's funny. From my point of view, it's funny, but it's not even it's not funny for the enemy because you're gonna kick their butt. So it's very awesome, and without crossing the line of cheating or overpower, you got all this superpower, in your hands. For example, the MG4 to me is the best weapon in Battlefield 4. I step away from Battlefield 4, because Destiny and other gameplays, and I come back here, and the first gun that I want to use is the MG4. The first gun that I got in my mind is I'm gonna go with the MG4 and I'm going to destroy the enemy. And it just happens. It's like magic, like black, blink, or whatever sound you wanna make. Sound effects over here. No, but really, you get this magic going on, when you're using the LMG. So why I like the MG4? Yeah, the LSAT's pretty good. The LSAT, I believe, it's more stable. I think has a bit more damage. I could be wrong. I do like the LSAT. I'll be posting gameplays with it pretty soon as well, because I'm going back to Battlefield 4 groove, and I'm gonna come back to this game, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna start using lots of the LMGs. That's a plan. I don't know if you like it or not, but to me it's just gonna be LMGs, a lot of LMGs. I love a lot of the MG4 with different camos, different colors, make it look silly, make it look cool, whatever whatever the case may be. But it's gonna be all about LMGs because I think they're awesome. I think the LMGs are very underrated. It's one of those weapons that are very underrated, and I just don't get why. I just don't get why, because they're like A, fun to use, and B, they're really powerful. Some of them shake too much, and they seem like kind of weak maybe at first, but then once you start unlocking some of these attachments and stuff, all of a sudden becomes this, it's like magic, all of a sudden becomes this like nasty weapon. You're like, wow. I don't know if this happens to you. What happened to me a while ago, like I used to neglect guns just like you do, or like some people do, right? And like one day you watch a video, some guy using this loadout, and then like you use it, like, oh my god, this is great. So that's when I started out like using guns, because that happened to me quite a few times. I neglect using this gun, and then one day I'm like bored, I'm like, oh, let's see what we can do with this gun. And then all of a sudden you unlock this, you unlock that, and then like magic, you have this like pretty much brand new weapon, and you say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe that I didn't use this gun before. So it happened to me several times. So that's how I learned my lesson, and ended up using all the guns and different attachments and everything. Sometimes you get the butt kicked because you you pick like this maybe awful gun and you try to like make it work, right? And sometimes it doesn't work like that. But for the most part, you learn to use all the guns, and it's pretty fun. Obviously, you're gonna pick your favorites, So for the LMGs in Battlefield 4, the MG4, my friend, is the gun to go. You're not gonna get disappointed. It's gonna be good. Although this gun is not so good at close range, so you have to keep everything on a medium to long range. That's what this gun is good for, and you'll be just cold. And you have 200 rounds. So even if you have bad accuracy, you have plenty of weapons to waste. I'm sorry, plenty of ammo to waste. Before you start reloading. So 200, man, you can kill a lot of enemies before you will can't even talk right now. Before you reload your first time. So it's just nasty. It's just nasty. That's an advantage over the enemy. You got the other guy, let's say, using the FAMAS, right, or any other gun, and he's trying to kill you, and he misses the target. So obviously he has to reload. You don't have to reload. You're already aiming at the side. You have another 150 bullets left. So that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. So to me, that's great. To me, that's a huge advantage, over the enemy. And what if it comes 1 or 2 or 3 guys? You can kill them all without reloading. You have more than 100 rounds, ready for the next guy. So that's great. So for me, LMGs are the weapons to go, and they're pretty fun to use. So and probably, as you know, we're gonna get a weapon DLC. I believe it's called Weapon Crate or something. I believe, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, it's free. You know, it's free. We're gonna get a bunch of new weapons for free, which is awesome. I like free stuff. And in that weapon crate, when I get a new LMG, which is the L86A2, I believe is the L86A2. It's one of those L86, and I'm really looking forward to that one. Another LMG for Battlefield 4, and that's awesome. You know, that's awesome, and I'm looking forward to it because I love the L86. You know, it's one of those guns that it was so much fun to use in the previous Battlefield game, and really looking forward to it. So it's gonna be a battle. You know, which one I'm gonna be using a lot. You know, MG4 or L86. Yeah, I could use both. You know, that sounds easy enough. But like which one I'm gonna lean maybe forward to, you know, because like right now if I have to choose I just go MG4, you know, just I don't have to think about it, you know. LMG, what I want to use, MG4, you know. If I want to try something else then I'll just start looking into the list. But when it comes to, hey, I want to use an LMG, MG4, poof, that's the first one, you know, problem solved. So I wonder if the L86 is going to take their spot, because the L86 is a beast and it's fun to use and it's a nasty weapon. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to that to the DLC, and you know, looking forward to destroy the enemy with the new guns. That's awesome because I like doing that. It's always fun, you know, and you know, it's always fun against these guys who likes to hide. You know, makes your job a lot easier, and that's one thing that I always tell you in my videos. You know, it's like, when you camp too much, when you play too much defense, it's just wrong, you know. It just ruins the whole thing for your team. So I think there's a place and there's a game, there's a certain situations where you need to play defense, when you need to be defensive, where, you know, things like that. But other than that, not all the time, you know. And if you're afraid to play the game, and this is what I got from these guys, they're like, they were afraid to play. It's a TDM, you know. Just go ahead, you know. It's either you kill them or they kill you. You know, you don't have to pay anything. You know, it's free. You know, nothing happens. You know, you're gonna respawn a few seconds later and try to kill a guy that kill you or some other guy. You know, it just goes on like that. But it seems like people are too concerned about either sniping, or I don't know if it's stats, or maybe they just really new into the game and they don't know the mechanics, but they seem to be, you know, at a level where they're like high enough to know what to do, you know. Once you reach level 20, 30, I mean, you're playing the game for a while, so you should be able to defend yourself, right? So these people that play with this much defense, you know, it's just terrible. And I've been in those teams, and it's so frustrating because there's no way you can flank the enemy, because it'll be pretty much you against the whole enemy team, you know. And sometimes, yes, you can kill them all, sometimes it doesn't go like that. So it's way too difficult when you have a team like that. And this is what happened with the enemy team. My team was pretty aggressive, you know. We realized that these guys were, you know, were playing like this. So what happens is, like, the team becomes like this predator, you know, just like going rushing at the enemy spawn and just try to kill them. And I was doing that with the LMG, I was doing that with the MG4, and that was great. You know, it felt great. So pretty awesome. And you know, it's cool. I like this camo over here. I think it looks pretty fine, pretty sweet on the LMGs. Pretty awesome. So what else happened here? Nothing much, you know. We're just having a good time. I do love TDM. It's quick, and you know, get there, get the kills, and in and out, you know. So it doesn't take that long, and that's awesome. I love TDM. Gotta love it. But you find a lot of campers on TDM. You know, people are, like I said, just still too afraid. Too many snipers, and kind of sucks in a way. But you know what? It's all good, I guess. If they want to play that way, it's like, it's not my fault, it's not my team's fault, you know. It's still the guys that decide to play this way, and you know, you just have to adapt, you have to adjust, and just go after the guys. But you know what, sometimes, and I've been in games where this happens a lot, sometimes when the enemy camp like this and your teammate gets all aggressive, it backfires, because your team is so aggressive and the other guys are just waiting for them. And your team is so aggressive that they just play in a dumb way, and they just start dying too much. I've been in these games and I'm like, wow, these guys just keep rushing like idiots, you know. So sometimes, like, being too aggressive, or like maybe not thinking, when you're being aggressive, it's not good either. So I think you have to find a good balance between how to move in the map, how to flank the enemy, and things like that. And we're gonna be looking at all those things, in my videos. Not just this one, but all the upcoming videos, all the stuff that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find a bunch of campers in other videos. So I'll show you what I do. What's the trick, what's the strategy? Just to get the kills, just to take advantage of the situation. Over here, we're just playing smart once again, taking my time to do this, to do that, waiting for the enemy, not rushing too much, maybe a little bit at some points. But that was a trick, and it was awesome, and we managed to get a victory. We managed to get one more time to get more kills than deaths, which is the main objective. Obviously, we're playing TDM, so getting more kills than deaths matters, and that's awesome. So, anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Wildchild. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay, this commentary. And as always, if you haven't, please check out my channel, other videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, later.